and it is Saturday, this Saturday. Not just kidding. So it's Saturday, November 11th, and I normally try to hydrate and eat and read a little bit of science before I go off to the field. And I came across this article. Let me read it to you, and then we'll go over it together. So this is from Science Alert. It was posted today. Physicists simulated a black hole in the lab, then it started to glow, by Michelle Starr. Ain't that funny? Her last name is Starr. Come on, guys. So there's an image. Obviously, that image is stupid. So simulation of a warped and spinning black hole. So starting off, okay. A black hole analog could tell us a thing or two about an elusive radiation theoretically emitted by the real thing. Using a chain of atoms in a single file to simulate the event horizon of a black hole, a team of physicists in 2022 observed the equivalent of what we call Hawking radiation. Particles born from the disturbances in the quantum fluctuations caused by the black hole's break in space-time. This, they say, could help resolve the tension between the two currently irreconcilable frameworks for describing the universe. One, the general theory of relativity, which describes the behavior of gravity as a continuous field known as spacetime, and quantum mechanics, which describes the behavior of discrete particles using the mathematics of probability. For a unified theory of quantum gravity that can be applied universally, these two immiscible theories need to find a way to somehow get along. This is where black holes come into the picture. Possibly the weirdest, most extreme objects in the universe. These massive objects are so incredibly dense that, within a certain distance of the black hole's center mass, no velocity in the universe is sufficient for escape, not even light speed. That distance, varying depending on the mass of black hole, is called the event horizon. Once an object crosses its boundary, we can only imagine what happens, since nothing returns with vital information on its fate. But in 1974, Stephen Hawking proposed that interruptions of quantum fluctuations caused by the event horizon result in a type of radiation very similar to thermal radiation. If this Hawking radiation exists, it's way too faint for us to detect yet. It's possible we'll never sift it out of the hissing static of the universe. But we can probe its properties by creating black hole analogs in laboratory settings. This had been done before, but in November 2022, a team led by Lot Mertens of the University of Amsterdam in Netherlands tried something new. A one-dimensional chain of atoms served as a path for electrons to hop from one position to another. By tuning the ease with which the hopping can occur, the physicists could cause certain properties to vanish, effectively creating a kind of event horizon that inferred with the wave-like nature of the electrons. The effect of this fake event horizon produced a rise in temperature that matched theoretical expectations of an equivalent black hole system, the team said, but only when a part of the chain extended beyond the event horizon. This could mean that the entanglement of particles that straddle the event horizons is instrumental in general Hawking radiation. The simulated Hawking radiation was only thermal for a certain range of Hop amplitudes and under simulations that began by mimicking a kind of space-time considered to be flat. This suggests that Hawking radiation may only be thermal within a range of situations, and when there is a change in the warp of space-time due to gravity. It's unclear what this means for quantum gravity, but the model offers a way to study the emergence of Hawking radiation in an environment that isn't influenced by the wild dynamics of the formation of the black hole. And because it's so simple, it can be put to work in a wide range of experimental setups, the researchers said. This can open a venue for exploring fundamental quantum mechanical aspects alongside gravity and curved spacetimes in various condensed matter settings, the researchers wrote. This research has been published in Physical Review Research. A version of this article was first published in November 2022. Okay, so that, a lot of globeheads would read that and they'll be wowed. They're just like, the combination of words, the verbs, the adjectives, the pronouns, the nouns, especially the pronouns. So you guys will be like, whoa, whoa. Like, no. Okay, so here's how we're going to really read it, okay? I'm going to teach you globetards how to read. A black hole analog could tell us a thing or two. It could. About an elusive radiation theoretically emitted by the real thing. So something elusive that's theoretical, that's somehow coming out of something real. Using a chain of atoms in a single file to simulate the event horizon of a black hole. So again, this is a simulation. A team of physicists in 2022 observed the equivalent of what we call Hawking radiation. So they did not observe Hawking radiation. They're claiming it's the equivalent. Particles born from the disturbances in the quantum fluctuations caused by the black hole's break in space-time. Again, globetards have never held any space-time in hand. They can't show it to us. They can't touch it. They can't feel it. They can't use it. They can't harness it. There's nothing other than the word and your imagination saying space-time. This, they say, could help resolve the tension between the two current irreconcilable frameworks for describing the universe. The general theory of relativity, okay, that's not Newtonian gravity, globetards, okay? The general theory of relativity is totally different from space. So I have said this before. Isaac Newton had time and space, okay? Albert Einstein had space-time. Those two concepts are not the same. Which describes the behavior of gravity as a continuous field known as space-time. Now, again, you guys have not seen gravity, so you cannot observe its behavior. That is stupid. And quantum mechanics, which describes the behavior of discrete particles using the mathematics of probability. So probably they're right. Probably they're wrong, though. For a unified theory of quantum gravity that can be applied universally, again, the word universal means Catholic. The word Catholic is defined as universal, global. That's what it means. Wide range. Like, it means everything. It means all in all. Okay? So when you see universal, it's literally synonymous to Catholic. So we could actually read this. For a unified theory of quantum gravity that can be applied Catholically. Okay, so these two theories need to find a way to somehow get along. Okay, this is where black holes come into the picture. Okay, first of all, there is no picture, and you're trying to. This is when they're trying to say comes into the picture. That's like that's not actually a truth. That's more like a slang or a term or a saying. It's not a real thing. There is no picture of this. So possibly the weirdest, most extreme object. So possibly, there goes the word possibly again. I'm still trying to hydrate from waking up. Okay, so these massive objects so incredibly dense within a certain distance of a black hole center of mass, no velocity in the universe is sufficient for escape. Okay, so first of all, so how does the universe itself escape this boundary? If nothing can escape this boundary, then the space at the boundary should be getting sucked in, followed by the space that falls behind it should be getting sucked in. How does that? Makes no sense, you guys. That makes no fucking sense, okay? So, no velocity in the universe is sufficient for escape. Space itself, space-time itself, how does space-time itself, okay, escape this velocity? That distance, varying depending on the mass of the black hole, is called the event horizon. Okay, once an object crosses its boundary, so here we go with this boundary. Show us that edge, globetards. You globetards are all about edge. Let's see that edge. Where is this event horizon edge to the universe? How many edges are there? We can only imagine what happens. Okay, it's imaginary. But in 1974, Hawking proposed. He proposed, okay? If you guys don't know what that means, look it up. That interruptions to quantum fluctuations caused by the event horizon result in a type of radiation very similar to thermal radiation, okay? Very stupid proposal. First of all, We've already gone like, if anything can, like nothing can escape the event horizon boundary, then what's up with this radiation? How is it escaping? Come on. If this Hawking radiation exists, it's way too faint for us to detect yet because it has not been detected. It's possible, there's the word possible again, we'll never sift it out of the hissing static of the universe. And I'll come back to this part. That sentence right there, that hissing static of the universe, I'll come back to that. A lot of people know what I'm going to talk about when I say that, all right? Static of the universe. You guys, a lot of you that know what I, my life and how I literally was able to witness, or not witness, rather experience a near-death experience. I'll come back to that. But we can probe its properties by creating black hole analogs in laboratory settings. So moving forward back to this, so they're saying that they're going to probe its property by creating black hole analogs in laboratory. Okay, so first of all, that means, okay, according to what these guys are trying to be intelligent, right? They're beings, they're humans. So there's some type of, even if they're severely globe-trotted, there's got to be some type of intelligence inside of them for them to be even making up such imaginary crap. And then to believe and put faith upon it. So that takes some type of intelligence, not very smart intelligence, but it doesn't include intelligence. Let's be honest. So what they're saying is these humans are using their intelligence to try to recreate steps that could have caused the Big Bang, or steps that this is stupidity, because you guys claim that creation was unintelligent. It was just by chance. There's no intelligence behind it. Okay, intelligent creation is not something that globetrotters try to believe in, and we could see why they're so stupid and globetrotted. But every time they try to do these experiments, especially when it comes to Big Bang, they're proving that it takes intelligence to create. Therefore debunking the whole Big Bang in total, because they're trying to say that no intelligence was behind that creation event. And that's a creationist concept. It's still a creation. And there's no scientific evidence whatsoever of it. Again, what they're saying that these are analogs. But how can they make an analog of something they've never witnessed, nor experienced, nor even nor observed, personally observed? Now, this had been done before, but in November 2022, a team led by Lot Mertens of University of Amsterdam and others tried something new. A one-dimensional chain of atoms served as a path for electrons to hop from one position to another. Now, I've already explained the electron, okay? At the Electrical Training Institute for the IBEW apprenticeship, when you go there, in sound communications, they taught, okay? They taught that electrons were a concept that was intended, okay, for commercial purposes. Their intention was to break everything down to a unit which they could use to charge customers. You get it? To charge customers. But basically, it's not real. It's something that they made up to break something down so they could sell it. That's one thing of atomism. That atomism is a concept that is sold to you. Okay, from everything. Okay, the reason why it's sold to you is something that the bankers push on this, because anything that must be sold must be broken down into individual pieces for commercial sales. So atomism is something that was invented to get you to believe that everything must have some type of small part to it, and everything must be bought. Okay, because for you to buy this crap in your head, for you to be like, yeah, this is true, you're buying it. You're like literally you're buying it into your mind. Okay, so you're putting you're investing your faith upon all this crap. Okay, that's atomism. All right, it is not science. It's a fucking religion, and it always was. You can look it up. Atomism goes way back. It predates Christianity, that's for sure. Okay, moving forward. Okay, by tuning the ease of which this hopping occurs, again, there they are manipulating something. The physicists could cause certain properties to vanish effectively creating a kind of event horizon that interfered with the wave-like nature of electrons. So again, they manipulated something, and again, this is on a one-dimensional. One-dimensional. I don't know if this is a simulation or how they're claiming this is happening, but they claim this is one-dimensional. It's not even two-dimensional. Okay, and it's definitely not three-dimensional. They did not see this in our three-dimensional reality, straight up. Like, they didn't see that. They've already said we could move up to the back to the top where it says a one-dimensional chain of atoms. Okay, so again, they're manipulating something so they're manipulating it so they could get the end result the same each time. You guys understand that, right? That's not how science works. Okay, now here's we're gonna even move further deep into this. I know you Globetrotters are fucking pissed off by now, but I don't give a shit. You guys are spreading stupidity and making everyone dumb. I'm gonna make sure that you guys stop making people dumb, for reals. Me and people like me are gonna stop you guys. The effect of this fake event horizon, okay, the effect of this fake event horizon is fake. Fake, produced a rise in temperature that matched theoretical expectations. There it is. Their expectations. Okay, they fine-tuned this so it could meet their expectations. That's not how science works. Of an equivalent black hole. It's not even a black hole system. They're claiming this is an equivalence of something they expect. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. So they fine-tuned it so it could happen. That's not science, guys. It's not science. Okay, and it said the scene said, but only when the part of the chain extended beyond the event horizon. Again, show us that fucking boundary. Where's that edge? Where's that edge, globetards? And why doesn't space-time fall into that edge? Fall beyond that edge. Oh, it's just light, but not space-time. Dum-dums. Okay, this could mean, there's that word could, possibly, probably, mean the entanglement of particles that straddle the event horizons is instrumental in generating Hawking radiation. There is no Hawking radiation generation observed anywhere at all. Okay. This is saying, look, okay, so moving forward to the next paragraph, the simulated Hawking radiation, again, the simulated Hawking radiation, they've never seen the original. How can you simulate something that they don't have the original of? Was only thermal for a certain range of Hopf amplitudes. Yeah, because they were fine-tuning it. And under simulations that began, oh, there it is. So it was simulations. Pure simulations. This was all like cartoon shit. That's what simulations means. They made cartoons. They made a cartoon and they let it play it on its own. And they're like, oh, this is just gotta be real. God damn, you Globetrotters are stupid as fuck. And here we are when we see that there is no bigger flattard, there's no bigger flurf than you stupid globetards. Okay? The simulated Hawking radiation was only thermal for a certain range of Hopf amplitudes and under simulations that began by mimicking a kind of space-time considered to be flat. Your fucking space-time that you can't see, touch, feel, smell, there's no senses, it's nonsense. Okay, there's no way of sensing it. It's nonsense. It's supposedly flat. You guys are fucking flat-tards. You fucking flurfs. You guys are flurfs, dudes. This suggests, you guys even science, bro? This suggests that Hawking radiation may only be thermal range in a range of situations and when there is a change in the warp of space-time due to gravity. Bullshit. What they were doing, they were manipulating it. There was no change of space-time. They fine-tuned an amplitude. Has nothing to do with gravity or any space-time. So far, there's no proof of gravity or space-time in this article, and it's just something they keep bringing up to back up another shit that literally doesn't exist, that they had to simulate and fine-tune to make sure it would actually happen that way. Okay? Creation, an unintelligent creation would have never been created like that, okay? There's no, all these probabilities and chances and possibly and could and maybe, like, none of it's true. It's too stupid to believe. Mathematically speaking, you guys, you fucking globeheads are flattards and the stupidest flattards of all. Okay? And because it's so simple, it can be to work in a wide range of experimental setups. So they could set it up. Yeah, Big Bang was what happened, but there was no setup to it. Come on, man. Let's not forget that these Jesuits, especially high-ranking Jesuit priests, they lie for the church. I don't give a fuck what you say. You can't make me believe some stupid shit that some fucking priest said. All right, so that Big Bang shit is stupidity all the way around. This can open the venue for exploring fundamental quantum mechanical aspects alongside gravity and curved spacetimes in various condensed matter settings. Okay? In other words, they need money to fund themselves so they could play make-believe. That's exactly what that last paragraph said. Okay? This can open a venue for exploring fundamental quantum mechanical aspects alongside gravity and curved spacetimes in various condensed matter settings. Okay? All of that's fucking is imaginary, simulated crap. It's probable, it's probably, it's maybe, it could be. There's no science right here, showing that. This was a really stupid article. And although the first time I read it probably like how a fucking dumb globetrotter would have read it. And they would be like, oh yeah, it's so great. But when you read this word per word and you pay attention to what the fuck you're reading it and you read it critically, you see that it's all crap. There's no reason to believe any of this at all. Okay? They basically admitted they had to fine-tune something to meet their expectations. Do you guys even science, bro?